Welcome back to 1111 with Chaga Tea. I'm Fiona Barrett. I'm a health coach and I work with moms who feel like they may have lost themselves after having their children and they want to get their energy and their vibrance back. And I'm also the creator of Supernatural Lipstick. This is a natural lipstick product that I created for people who care about what they put on their lips and want to look beautiful and feel natural at the same time. And today we are very excited. We have some wonderful guests from the animal kingdom with us today, and I'm going to hand over to the fabulous Roberta and tell us more about it.
Thank you very much, Fiona.
You're welcome.
Yes, we are here in our Salem studio,
Yes.
and I am Roberta Chadis. I'm the author of Good Boy Jesse, and I'm also a coach for dog parents. Liz Bradt, who has a wonderful veterinary hospital here in Salem, All Creatures Veterinary Hospital, and we invited her to bring her beautiful dogs, who are just at ease here in the studio. Right now. We have Otis and Daisy. Daisy is looking the other way. She's a little camera shy. But why don't we hear about your beautiful practice?
Welcome, Liz.
Really.
Thank you. It's good to be here. All Creatures Veterinary Hospital started out as a house call practice. It grew to be big enough that I needed to expand and bought a dilapidated property at 20 Commercial Street, which is on the North River, across from the dog park. And 10 years ago, we built a brand new hospital, and we love it there. There's windows. We can see the sky and see the dogs playing in the dog park. I'm happy to see birds and cats and dogs and gerbils and snakes and what have you.
I think you should tell our audience about Rascal.
Rascal is a son conure that was boarding with us because his owner had a terminal cancer, and she was very worried about him because he was feather picking. And when he boarded with us, he stopped feather picking, and she asked us if we could adopt him. So he's become our practice bird, and he sits out in the front waiting room, and he's very bonded with my receptionist.
Does he speak at all?
No, conures don't say a whole lot. He sings.
Oh, that's nice. I thought he said hello to me.
Maybe it's maybe you can make out a word now and then.
I know. Would you like to tell us about Otis and Daisy?
Otis, yes. Well, Otis,
guest dogs.
I've known since he was born because I C-sectioned him. He was one of 9 puppies we C-sectioned. I don't get to do a lot of C-sections anymore because all the dogs are spayed. He was born with one testicle in his abdomen, so he needed to have a special surgery for his neuter. So I decided that since he would be a less wanted type of dog, that I would get him. And I've had him for almost 9 years. He's a great dog.
He is a beautiful
He's
dog.
my skinny little dog.
I know. We should give him a little treat here. I have treats. All right. Would you like a treat?
And Daisy is wandering around the studio
Daisy,
right
come
now.
Very
Let's
at ease.
introduce Daisy as well.
Daisy I inherited from my mother-in-law when she passed away, and I believe she's about to turn 12 in September. And she's trained to visit the nursing homes, and she's wonderful with kids and very outgoing. She'll go up to anyone if you're taking a walk and just stand there and love me.
That's what dogs are all about.
Yeah.
I know it. In your veterinary practice, are there any challenges?
Business owning challenges. The thing with veterinary medicine that I like, and it's also a challenge because you don't necessarily want this every day, but you get variety. You never know what's going to hit. Or you'll have a day you think is going in a routine way and something big hits, like a hit by car dog. Although I have to say, there's a lot less of that than there used to be 25 years ago because people are so good about keeping their dogs on leash, and everyone's got their dogs microchipped so they can be tracked if they're lost and found quickly. I highly recommend everyone microchip their dogs, and someday, they're not GPS units. Everyone wants to GPS their dogs now, so you could find them on your iPhone. That's coming, I'm sure. The big challenge for the profession is the fact that we have to put animals to sleep, and I think emotional, and just you're dealing with a lot of emotion, a lot of just angst, and people are just very much, very sad.
Is there a protocol for that, Liz, or can parents of pets create an end-of-life approach for their pet with you, or how does that work?
everybody does it differently. Every family decides in a different way. People within the family will think it's time, and other people won't think it's time, so we need to discuss that.
It is a tough subject to talk about.
It
but it does
is
happen.
not an upper subject,
I
but
know.
you asked me about challenges,
I know,
and
so
that's a
yeah.
big challenge in the profession.
You do a lot of things outside of your veterinary practice. You're the president of the local
Salem Rotary.
Salem Rotary, and you're also very active with the Toastmasters Club of
Yes.
Beverly, Massachusetts, where I am as well.
Salem Rotary, it's been a fun year. I'm wrapping up my year of being president, and we had a wonderful project where we worked with the North Shore CDC
Oh, yes.
and the students from the Salem Community Charter School. We built out a community space for people in the Point neighborhood, because they were having for years they've had a hard time finding a place where they can meet and plan for their community. So we worked with Windover Construction, the North Shore CDC, and we had a bunch of Rotarians, and a lot of the students came. We'll be giving out about $35,000 worth of scholarships to Salem High students and some of the private schools in the area.
A busy person in the community, obviously a lover of dogs, and we really are grateful that you could take some time out to spend with us.
Thank you. It's a
And
pleasure to be here.
Anything else you'd like to say to our audience, or give them some advice?
Oh, I don't know. Just go out there and enjoy the day. It's a gorgeous sunny day
It's a
today.
beautiful day.
Definitely.
I have a question, Liz, about dog parks. I'm not a dog owner, but I grew up in England, and this concept of dog parks was not in my upbringing. Can you just share a little bit about how that evolved and what the purpose of them is?
I think they evolved because of the leash laws, and people like to let their dogs play off leash, and it's also good for the dogs to run and to socialize. And sometimes it's really hard for them to socialize when they're on a leash, because if you bring dogs nose to nose on leashes, they tend to greet each other. They take that as a threat, and they'll do some growling, and that scares everybody. But if you get them all off leash playing, many times they'll be very happy and get some exercise. So I think it just evolved that people wanted a space in Salem. And in fact, my husband was president of the Dog Park Association for six or 7 years. And he started it. We had an idea to hand out, where people walking their dogs out there, and my receptionist had an idea to hand out something called barking tickets. We made big orange barking tickets and
Instead of
handed them
parking
out,
tickets?
and asked, and on it was a request to donate funds so we could build a fence and create a dog park.
Oh, okay.
And so that's really how it got started, along with some corporate donations. Of course, All Creatures did a little donation, and Unleashed, a great boarding facility up in Beverly, did a very generous donation, and it just took off from there. I like to go out in the woods and just get lost in the woods.
That's what I would imagine, too.
Yeah,
But
I prefer that. But people love to get down there. It's a big social place.
We've taken advantage of
it actually wasn't too bad
I
having
know,
night
they
guests.
were great guests.
Yeah, look, they've settled in. They're on the
How about a
rug.
nice treat for the end
Good
of the show here?
puppies.
And they didn't even try to get to the Chaga tea.
No, they didn't.
No,
but
they
you
almost tipped
treat.
the table over, but
Yes.
that's good.
We always like
They'll
to...
have to get some lipstick.
Would you like it?
Yes,
Would you
you're
like a
welcome to
treat,
get some
Daisy?
lipstick.
I need your
And,
card and everything.
Oh, no.
Also
Yeah.
non-toxic.
Yeah.
And we would love to end our
Yeah.
show with toasting with a little Chaga
Thank
tea.
you.
And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so
was
much.
a pleasure.
really.
Otis and Daisy. What great guests. And if you have any stories about your dogs or your pets that you would like to share with us, please do on our Facebook page, 1111 with Chaga Tea. And we look forward to hearing from you soon.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And cheers to the dogs.
You guys are good. That's a good little show.
Yeah.
Next stop, Oprah.